Hey sis, are you dealing with somebody right now and what's breaking your heart is like you found out you're not the only one? Like no matter what you gave, what you give, it still wasn't enough for them. And now it's basically just left you wondering like, why wasn't I enough? I felt like I was the package deal. Like, why wasn't I enough? I mean, I had my own house. I pay my bills. I have a good job. I'm very supportive. I'm honest. I have integrity. Like, why wasn't I enough? If that's you feeling like that or thinking that, sis, let's talk about it. And let's kind of gently kind of walk through this, okay? Well, my name is Melinda. I'm a registered nurse, life coach, and mentor. And on my channel, we focus on faith, healing, and emotional wellness, okay? And so, if you have not subscribed and this message touches you in any type of way, please do me a favor and we'd be happy to have you in the family on our YouTube family. So, like and subscribe if this is your flavor, okay? So, back to the message. So, the thing is that, like, most of the time, this was not even about you per se not being enough. So I want to make sure we kind of discuss that up front. It was never about you not being enough. Okay? And so it wasn't even about your value, like your value as a person, as a woman, or if you're a man and you're watching as a man, it was not about your value. It wasn't about your effort or even what you brought into the relationship. It had nothing to do with any of that. Okay? Hear me out, please. You could be whole, genuine, and intentional and still be connected to somebody who's not ready to honor that. Okay? Let me tell you again. You could be whole, genuine, and intentional and still be connected to somebody who's not ready to honor that. Because what happens is, it's like a lot of times this kind of behavior is connected to something deeper. It's something deeper, okay? And so, and it's happening within them. It has nothing to do with you. It's something deeper in them that's happening, okay? Because for some people, this comes from like they have a need for validation. They need to be validated. And so they don't necessarily can't get like they maybe need constant validation from constant different ways. And so what happens is that like every new person brings attention because you know when you're in a new relationship or you just meet somebody and it's new and whatever, it's all fresh, exciting, and so you give them that attention, they give you that attention. So for this type of person that like needs multiple people and things like that, every new person brings attention, okay? And every new interaction gives them like a temporary boost. Okay, every new reaction, every new interaction. So every new person, they get the attention, and with that new interaction with the new person, it gives them a temporary boost. Okay, so what happens is when they get that temporary boost and attention, it makes them feel seen, desired, important, sought out, even though you may have already provided all that. But remember, keep in mind, they need it from multiple people because they need the constant validation. And each person in interaction, it gives them that confidence boost. Okay? Because sometimes it could happen too where dating when they were younger, sometimes people that were younger and like people didn't, they overlooked them and stuff like that. And let's say they as they or they grew up and they weren't told, like in the household sometimes, like, you're so valuable, you can be anything you want, you're smart, whatever was missing. Sometimes they didn't get that, like, enough, that nurturing part enough. And so now they need the validation from these multiple different people because it makes them, it boosts them. Okay. So because that feeling is like not rooted internally, that boost that they're getting and that hype and that, all this attention, because it's not rooted internally in within themselves or whatever, it doesn't last. It doesn't last. That's why they keep needing the validation and the boosting, because it internally within themselves, it doesn't last. Okay? So what happens is they keep searching for it. You on the social media, you looking at this person. Oh, you take snapshots all the time, and then you like when they like this and like that, so you do more of it. Now you might take off your shirt or whatever, or now you might dress up. You ain't took so many pictures, now they're taking pictures. And each person that's acknowledging them or pull to them, that gives a boost. Okay, so they keep searching for it because why? The feeling, it feels good to keep getting that boost from these different people. And so what happens is they end up searching for it again and again and again and again, because why? It's boosting them. It's hyping them and boosting them, so they keep searching for it. And then for others, it could be a fear of a real connection. So you have this category where the person needs the boost, but then you could have a category where they have a fear of a real connection, because true intimacy requires vulnerability. Okay? And so it requires honesty, consistency, and allowing somebody to truly see you, like truly see you. Okay. And so if somebody hasn't healed certain parts like of themselves, that level of closeness can feel uncomfortable. They're not comfortable with that. And so what happens is instead of building one deep connection with somebody, just one, like, this person inside and out, they know you inside and out. So instead of just building that one connection, they stay in multiple surface level ones. Keyword surface level, right? Because they're not going deep with them, because they can't handle the deep connections. So that's why surface levels. Oh, you look good. Oh, this and oh that, and oh, I have this money, and oh, I have that, whatever the case may be. It's surface level, and so they're getting this attention, and it's, but at the same time, this person, they cannot, they're not comfortable with that deep connection, intimate connection with one person. That's why it's just surface level ones. And so also what happens is sometimes, like, there's also a pattern of, like, the chasing excitement. It's exciting. Okay. And that's why some people, like, when they if you ever hear the people, somebody that like cheated or something like that, they may say something like, it was a rush and I like the excitement. So that's the thing, that they're chasing that pattern of, like, that excitement, that rush, that newness, that attention. And so that's what they keep trying to go after. But also, they're not realizing that it can create a temporary high. And so what happens is, what happens with temporary highs, you want to keep chasing it to get to, they want to keep trying to get back to that, to feel like they, back up there. And so, but keep in mind, just like with anything else that's temporary, what happens? It fades because it's temporary. And so when it fades, though, guess what happens? They go right back to looking for that same thing again, right back into that cycle all over again. And so here's the part, though, that I want you to understand, sis or bro, if it's, woman or man, put yourself where you are in here. Understand that, like, that pattern, it does not lead to peace. You, how can you have peace in that? Because it's constant. You got to chase it. You got to constantly chase it. So the thing is that the more somebody divides their attention, their loyalty, and their energy, think about it. They're not, excuse me, they're not in one relationship, committed in one relationship. So if they have all these multiple surface level ones, now everything is fractured. All their attention, their time, their love, everything is fractured. So the more somebody divides their attention, their loyalty, and their energy, the harder it becomes to build something real, because it's divided. So you can't have wholeness when it's all divided into different people and parts. So the thing is that healthy relationships, they require commitment, integrity, accountability. It's just not going to work without it. You have to be committed. You have to have integrity. What does that mean? That means doing the right thing when nobody's looking. That means not doing all this stuff behind your partner's back and saying all this stuff, doing all this stuff. That means being accountable for yourself and your actions. Yep. That's what a healthy relationship requires. And so if somebody isn't ready for that, they may just keep on chasing what feels good in the moment, what's coming breezing on by. They'll just keep checking it, keep chasing it, keep getting those attaboys and this and that, attagirls, whatever the case may be. That's what happens. And so they chase that over having a meaningful relationship, like a meaningful long-term relationship. They may have a little fling or whatever, they call it with different people. But in order to have a meaningful relationship, you got to have integrity, honesty, and all those other things. And so they may keep chasing it, what feels good, over having this meaningful long-term relationship. And so here's the thing, listen up, sis or bro. If you were on the receiving end of this, meaning this was done to you, like these people did this to you or whatever, I don't want you to internalize this as I wasn't enough, because it has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Okay? That behavior was about their patterns. Not your worth. About their patterns, not your worth. And so the other thing is that, sometimes God allows separation because it protects you and kind of guides you to your peace and redirects you on the path that you're supposed to go on. So sometimes with them going out entertaining, and I know it's painful. I'm not negating that at all, minimizing that at all. I know it's painful, but think about it like this though, like sometimes you're being guided to what is meant for you, okay? Or you may be guided to see who that this person is. And now you might have been engaged or something. And now it's like, oh, Oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? Um, so just remember that, like I said, God allows separation to protect your peace and redirect your path to something like that's going to have integrity. He's not going to send you something that lacks integrity. And so, even if it's hurting this moment, sometimes, you know, it's just redirection and Him guiding and showing you like what you see now. Because the thing is that the real peace, it doesn't come from like trying to hold on to somebody who who's not emotionally ready for your connection, because you'll be in a constant state of pain and disappointment. And what Maya Angelou says, when somebody shows us who they are, believe them. So if they're showing you that this is it, that they need all this and all that, and you're not that type of person, then, that's God showing you your answer. So the real connection comes from being aligned with somebody who's on the same, level as far as where they want to be, as far as relationally. So it comes with being aligned with what's healthy, what's whole, what's true. Okay? So if this is something that you've experienced, or you're in the middle of it right now, I just want you to release that question out of your head, that was I enough? Yes. It has nothing to do with you. Yes, you are more than enough. Okay? I want to leave you with that. And if you were led to watch this, this is your answer to, a painful situation. But I'm going to keep saying it because it's true. You are enough. This has nothing to do with you. Like, their behavior has nothing to do with you. And that can be freeing within itself. Yep. So gently replace the was I enough maybe with that behavior was never mine to carry. Was never mine to carry. So I hope this message helped you. And if it did, please like and subscribe. I'm a newer channel trying to grow the channel and find my YouTube family. Again, my name is Melinda. I'm a registered nurse, life coach, and mentor. And if this message touched you, give me a thumbs up to let me know. Thank you so much. Okay. And as always, I'm wishing you peace, love, joy, and happiness. All right. Hang in there, sis. Hang in there, bro. Have a great day. Bye.